Hello, my darling. How are you today? I hope you're having a fabulous day so far. My name is Tonja Watts. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you may not know, but I have gotten a TikTok. I gave in, and it's happened. And it has officially taken over my life, also considering we're, back in a lockdown, number 3. So, 1, you can go follow me if you're interested. It's just Tonja Watts. Number 2, today, for this video, I'm gonna react to some TikTok nail hack things because I've come across a few. Let me tell you, they made me very uncomfortable, and some were genius. And before we jump into the video, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get started. The first one that I have to start with is the soaking nail off thing. I have come across it a number of times. Some people are soaking off their press-ons, and some people are soaking off like full-on acrylic and gel nails, and not with acetone. So let's take a look at this one and chat about it. So she was clearly taking off an acrylic or a gel set. Those were not press-ons. Press-ons I could see this working with if you're using the little tabbies, because the adhesive will eventually wash away with soap and water, and the oil in there is obviously going to help the adhesion from being sticky. It's going to help remove the stickiness. So press-on nails make sense. I still would recommend acetone. I still wouldn't recommend just soaking them off in water. But at least with press-ons, it makes a little bit more sense because you're not actually bonding them to the natural nail. You're just sticking them on with glue or little tabby things. I really am only comfortable saying that this would be okay to use with the little tabby things. If you're using glue, I would still recommend acetone. Doing this will still cause damage to your nail. And doing that with full acrylic or gel sets is just, you're not soaking them off and not causing damage to your nail using water, soap, and oil. All you're doing is making your nails soft enough to bend. When your nails bend, the acrylic or gel that's on them doesn't bend, it stays stiff. When your nails get wet, whether it be with soap, oil, water, or a combination of all of them, when your nails get wet, they get soft and therefore bend easier. You can bend your nail, and that's how you're gonna get the lifting. Once you start getting lifting, like she did at the beginning of this video, she picked underneath her nail with a cuticle pusher. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't. So she created lifting, soaked them in water, her nails got soft, and she was able to pull the hard shell, if you will, off of her soft nail. And I guarantee you she did it by causing severe damage to her nail. There is no way out of that. With her nail bending like that, your nail is going to have layers almost break, and you'll peel parts of your nail off with the enhancement. There is no way around that. Please, please, please don't soak it in water and soap, and I don't understand why that's a thing. Soak your nails off in acetone. Also, can I suggest cutting the tops off before soaking them? Because why are you trying to remove something that is going to be cut off anyway? It doesn't make sense to me.
Let's move on to this one.
Absolutely, you can use a piece of tea bag to fix a little crack in your nail. It is incredibly wonderful if you happen to crack or break your nail, down in the nail plate area, because that's gonna hurt. if you try to take it off. But any place on the nail, it's perfect. It has those like cross woven fabric fiber type things. I would use a nail glue to stick it down, and then I would go over it with a coat of nail glue, let it completely dry, give it a quick buff, and then go over it with like some clear polish or a base coat a couple times just to really smooth out the nail plate. I would definitely, if you have it, use like a ridge filler type base coat, and that way it'll help get rid of any potential lumps and bumps that you might have from the tea bag. But yeah, I would recommend adhering it with nail glue and doing a coat of nail glue over just the tea bag. And you need the smallest piece, literally just big enough to cover the break. That's a good one. That's a good one. You can follow that. I've personally done it. It stayed on my nail until I basically had to cut it off. And that was with removing polish, with acetone. If you are changing your polish regularly, you may have to add a little bit of glue every now and then and buff it back down, just because the acetone is going to slowly remove the glue. You can add a little bit of glue here and there, buff it back down, do your base coats, put on your color, do your art, whatever you need to do. Your nail will be perfect. Perfectly fine.
Nail polish, okay.
First of all, you can get nail barriers. They're essentially just liquid latex that you can put around your cuticle area so you can clean it up nice and easy. Also great for different nail arts like stamping, ombres, dry brushing, any messy nail art, perfect for. The petroleum jelly, like I totally understand the theory behind it and the concept of it. It's just like putting it around your hairline when you color your hair so that it's not absorbing into your skin. Nail polish doesn't absorb into your skin, it just sits on it. It obviously worked. My concern would be any petroleum jelly that touches your brush is then going to be pulled through the entire all of the polish that's going to be put on your nail. I would be concerned at the nail polish formula slightly changing. It may not adhere to your nail as well. You may end up with some strange pitting in the nail polish. Also, if your brush touches the petroleum jelly, you've now contaminated potentially the entire bottle if you put that brush back in. So there's that to keep in mind. If the petroleum jelly does have an effect on the nail polish itself, that could ruin your entire bottle of polish. My second concern is when she wiped it away, was it still wet polish or dry polish? Because you can wipe wet polish away easy peasy without anything underneath it. I would be more interested to see if it's completely dry on the nail and you can still wipe away the polish from your skin with the petroleum jelly. That would be interesting. That's all. Okay, I want to look at this one because it's gold spitting really fast, so. No! What? Oh, tricky. Oh my god, that's so smart. I don't use acrylic anymore, but like this could totally work. You could mix it in with gel as well. It could also just work to have little itty bitty pieces of gold leaf instead of having to tear apart the big pieces that stick to you in your brush and everything. That is smart.
Okay, what's this one?
No! Yes, okay, perfect. I'm glad we watched this one. So at the very beginning, you see her chopping off the excess length. That has nothing to do with soaking off the nail. You do not need that excess length at all. Just chop it off. It's just gonna get in the way. She follows the recipe. These aren't press-ons. So 20 minutes, no lifting, nothing happened. And that's because she did not pick underneath her nail at the cuticle beforehand, so there was no way water could get into the nail plate and weaken the nail and make it soft and malleable. So that was after 20 minutes. Nothing. She soaked for another 15. Nothing. It would just be like if you had a bath and you were soaking in the bath with your hands in the water. You have water. Maybe it's a bubble bath, so you have soap. Maybe you put a bath bomb in or some sort of bath oil. Now there's oil in there too. Your nails just don't pop off while you're in the tub. Why would they just pop off in a bowl of water? Don't do that. Okay, tips to grow nails. Let's see. Always keep it painted. Yes. Yes, if you're trying to grow out your natural nails, keep them polished. It doesn't have to be gel. Any sort of regular polish, even just a clear coat, anything on top of your nails will add extra strength to them, add a tiny bit of thickness. They won't bend as easy. They won't break as easy. Keep them polished. Okay, so a lot of people file in one direction. Yes, I agree. It hurts because the fibers, if you file back and forth, it can split the fibers and therefore cause more breakage in the nails. File in one direction, to be honest, there are times when I file in both directions. I honestly don't think that's gonna make that much of a difference, but if you have a hard time, file in one direction. Don't pick off your polish. Gel polish, regular polish, enhancements of any kind, gel or acrylic, don't pick them off. Obviously, you're going to damage your nail by picking it off, and therefore it's going to be thinner, it's not going to be as strong, and it won't grow as long. I want to add onto this, when your nail polish starts chipping, change it immediately. Because when you have the strength in one area and then nothing in the other area, the area that has nothing will easily bend right at that spot where it has started to chip, right where they kind of meet up, and you'll definitely have breakage from there. So as soon as it starts to chip, remove the polish, because it will, you know, kind of dent your nail. And cuticle oil. That's not in here, but I'm adding it. Cuticle oil. Okay? Keeps your nails strong, healthy, keeps the skin around them strong and healthy, will stop them from being dry and brittle. It's wonderful. Cuticle oil. I'm almost scared to click on this one, but let's do it. Technically, yes, you can do a nail extension with toilet paper and nail glue. It's the same theory as the tea bag. It's the interwoven fibers. They add strength. Yeah, same thing. If you're gonna do this, just do it with the tea bag. It's gonna be stronger. Toilet paper is meant to break down when it gets wet. So the glue one is gonna start to break it down, and as soon as you put your hands in water, it's gonna start to break down. Okay, I'm scrolling and I've come across like 7 more of the water soak-off oil thing. A couple of them have been with press-ons, and while I don't agree with it, the press-ons kind of make sense, but just please don't. Ooh, fun, nail art hacks. Okay, this one has dental floss in it, so I'm scared to see what happens, but let's check it out. Oh, okay. That's not what I was expecting. But yeah, totally do that. You got stripes. Cool. That kind of nail art where you end up with it on the cuticle and whatnot, that would be perfect for a latex barrier around your nail. Let's see what this one is. This looks like it's by the same creator as well. I mean, I guess technically you can make a stencil out of pretty much anything. Foil obviously would be the best because it's not paper and it won't get soggy, but it's not actually like sticking to your nail or anything, so you probably get seepage like underneath the stencil-y part. Honestly, if you want to do a heart, the easiest way is 2 dots side by side and then just down and you've got yourself a heart. Okay, next one. Cool. Okay, so all they did was cut a regular nail polish brush to make it thinner, basically to kind of make a liner brush. I'm assuming that's what it was, to make like a striping liner type brush. The only issue with that is that most liner and striping brushes are kind of tapered at the end, so they get really, really, really thin at the end, and they're actually a little bit thicker at the bottom. So yes, you're getting a smaller brush, but you're not going to be able to get those super thin lines or details that I think that was intended to do. Also, striping brushes the bristles are much longer, and that's so you can get a nice fluid stripe. What this would be excellent for, though, is if you have a hard time getting in by the cuticles or the side walls, that sort of thing, a teeny little brush like that, like changing up the actual polish brush like that, might be excellent if you have a hard time getting into the, crevices, or if you have really tiny nails. It could be really handy too. But as far as a nail art brush goes, I don't really see the reason for doing that. It just seems like you're going to waste a perfectly good nail polish brush. Oh god, this one has dental floss too. Okay, I can't watch the rest of that. Don't, please. I know for some reason this is like a hack to get off fake nails or nail enhancements. And I know there are some salons that will use dental floss or another nail tip to just peel it off of your nail. No, you're pulling lots of nail with it. You can see how much effort they're putting into to get that off. Like, so these have already begun lifting, obviously, and that's why they're able to get the dental floss underneath the nail at the cuticle. They've already begun lifting. Your best bet would just be to soak it in acetone for honestly 10 minutes, and most of that would probably come off the nail so much easier without any damage. And you can see how much damage has been caused to this one nail. That is disgusting. Don't do that. Just soak them off. Trim the tips. If you have a nail file, buff the top coat off so that way the acetone is actually penetrating the acrylic, and just soak them off. If they're gel, if it's a hard gel and they don't soak off, file them off. Just file them off. You don't have to pick them like that, okay? File the bulk off. Get some old nippers or nail clippers or something, and you can clip off the lifted bits so that they're not pulling on anything, and just file the nail down or soak it off. Please don't do this. So this one claims to be the best life hack. Why is she just wasting nail polish like that? Also, is it just me, or does that look like flip-flop fantasy? Why are you just pouring it on your counter, lady?
Ma'am, you're wasting your nail polish.
Aside from the fact that she wasted half a bottle of what looks to be one of my favorite nail polishes, I have no idea the science behind it. I'm just assuming the sugar granules, like, absorb the nail polish or something, but it's kind of like kitty litter at a car accident, right? Damn! I mean, I don't use nail lacquers like regular polishes anymore, but if you do, this is something to keep in mind, because I used to spill my nail polish all the time. I'm still more upset about her wasting that much polish, but I mean, okay, let's end on this one. The audio from these TikToks are probably not going to be in the video, but Yes, anyone can paint their nails. You don't have to be assigned lady at birth. You don't have to be lady presenting. Anybody can paint their nails. Paint your nails if you want to paint your nails. And don't let assholes tell you that you can't. It's just nail polish on one of the smallest parts of your body. It's not a huge deal. Paint your nails if you want to paint your nails. Don't feel bad about it. Go for it. I love it. I wish more men and male presenting people painted their nails. I love it. All right, my friends, that is all I can take from the nail hack TikTok. I can't take any more. So that's where I'm going to end the video today. I hope you enjoyed this video, possibly even learned something. If you did, thumbs up. Get that algorithm flowing. Leave a comment. Let me know. Have you tried any of these hacks? Your thoughts on them? Have you tried soaking off your nails in water? Maybe don't let me know that. I don't really want to know. And, I mean, subscribe if this is your jam.
Hi, it's just editing me popping in to say that I got distracted and I forgot to say goodbye. So I will see you in my next video. Bye!